Hi, my new wig sisters. Welcome back. This is Karen, and I'm going to be trying along with you some different ideas on wigs and solutions for people with hair loss like I have, or their own special condition that they might be going through, whether it be something they've been diagnosed with, or just hair loss from aging, or any other reason. But I'm trying to make it a little more easy to deal with if you can have someone to talk to and comment below and let me know what you're going through and what your thoughts are, because I'm learning along with you. Okay, so what I wanted to show you today was my situation when I went to a wig shop. It was the second wig shop I tried. It was a little less expensive, and I found so many styles I like there. Because I don't mind experimenting with color, of course, I had to try them all on, and I got a real good experience, although the bad part is I was so anxious to get a wig that I liked. I went like at 4 o'clock and they closed at 5:30. And that put a lot of pressure on them and myself, but I just couldn't wait through the weekend to wait for Monday for them to reopen. So I get anxious like that. And it was fun. I got a few wigs, but this one in particular I wanted to show you. By the way, I have alopecia, if you're not familiar with it, and the dermatologist, I keep saying, I'm nervous. The dermatologist determined that by doing a biopsy, by taking a little plug from the scalp, sending it off to a lab. It came back in a few days, and she told me alopecia was the condition I was suffering with. And it wasn't the news I wanted to hear, but I'm getting along pretty good. So I wanted to help you do the same, okay? All right, so this one wig, let me grab it for you. I have 3 out right now. I don't know if I'll get to them all. But this one, I don't know if you can see the color. I'll hold it still for a minute. I really like the color. It's kind of a reddish brown. This is my natural hair color. And when I was real young, it was like baby fine hair, real light blonde, until I got into, I'd say about the age of 10, 11, 12, it started to turn light brown and then more of a medium brown like I have now. So I wanted to try this more red auburn look, and I wanted to show it to you. Here is the front of the cap, which is nice and soft. The hair itself is a thicker fiber. It is not real hair. It is synthetic. More like a long layered bob or a long layered pixie, I would say, either one. I'm going to put it on this wig stand so you can see it before I put it on myself, and maybe that'll help. Okay, I'll back it up a little bit for you. See if that helps. Right here is the front, the bang, the back, and sides. So it kind of goes like this. Has a lot of wave, just little flippy waves, which I liked. Makes it choppy and cute. And now I'll show you how I put it on. And I have no hair loss back here to speak of, just thinning hair in the back. But after looking at YouTube channels, I found this item, which is a wig grip. And there's different manufacturers you can use, but it Velcros shut And the soft material on both sides, it's like a velvet, can be used as a band to be put around the circumference of your head, but not too tight. I did that accidentally, and I thought the wigs were too tight at first, and it turned out that the wig band I had just Velcroed shut too tight. So the Velcro goes underneath in the back of your neck. Then your natural hair, if you have to pull it up because it's long, you can do that and put in a ponytail pin. But I don't have that length of hair, so that's not an issue. But anyway, the density, thickness, and fiber feel in different manufacturers' wigs are just different. And they change them once in a while too, so you have to keep an eye on that. In the back, you'll see a tag. It says 100% polyester. It comes with some clips, adjustable bands on the side, which you can Velcro to help fit the wig better to your head size. There's some variation and give there and stretch. Okay, but when you handle these wigs in the wig shop, they act as if they're so precious and fragile. The truth, when you get it home, they're not fragile. Just don't brush it or comb it when it's wet after you've shampooed it. That's about the only rule, okay? Of course, read the instructions from the manufacturer just to be on the safe side. Now, I just put this soft part right against my forehead and make this fun little goofball thing and hold it here. I'm pulling it with my other hand down to the nape of my neck, kind of tucking it in. Okay, now this is going to be too low, but I'm going to turn toward you, and on either side of the wig you'll see these little flaps or earmarks, ear tabs. You see those? That's where your sideburns should be, the top of your sideburn, your natural sideburn if you still have them. And then you just take the bang and work it upward, okay, until you feel comfortable of where that's your natural hairline. And with most of these that are choppy, cut, and more modern, you can just use your fingers to style because it's already pre-styled. It should be ready to go. But if there's something you're not so sure of that you like, you can tuck it back, pin it down, okay? If you wanted to pin it down and let it rest that way for a while, then it would just come naturally that way back. It'd just spring up just a little, but not too much. You can always use a little witch hazel or hairspray that's made specifically for synthetic wigs, not the hairspray you get at the drugstore that is more for traditional hair, not wigs, okay? Just be careful with that. But there's not much else to be careful about. You can just go for it. And I'm not sure how I feel about this color. I like changing it up depending on what different situations I'm in or what I'm wearing. And this is a wig comb. It's nice and wide tooth. And you can use that if you want to create different effects. If you'd rather have it smoother and sleek, and maybe just puff it. This is permatease, they call it. For some reason that word sounds cheap to me. I don't know. But it means permanently teased, I guess. It has a little lift, in other words. It's built to have a little more fiber close to the scalp, so it has a root lift. like a lot of natural hair styles like to have. But anyway, that's just one idea. I don't know if you like it, but it just shows you an option. And color-wise, it just shows you from, if you saw some of my other videos of different selections that I've made, okay? You don't have to stay with your natural hair color. That's part of the perks of being able to play around and just experiment. It makes life a little more fun when you experiment and try things that are new. At least I found that. This wig, they don't have a manufacturer's name on it because they're reselling basically at the shop, but I'm sure you could find something like it online. If I remember, it ran at close to $200, or not quite. I think this was the least expensive of the ones I got from that shop. And some shops will trim them if the bang's too long. And you ask them, they'll have a stylist there that can trim things to your liking. But just remember, you're not trimming real hair, so it will not grow back. So let's say we trimmed it like this right here, stopped it and trimmed this off. Okay, and then the next day I want to sweep it to make it look full and sweep it in a different way. Okay, you couldn't do this because this would be gone. You would still be in the same style. So be careful of what you trim or what you thin. There's nothing wrong with doing customizations, but just remember, this isn't real hair. This isn't your scalp that's growing this. So if you want to wear this for a long time, you just might want to be thoughtful with that, okay? And I think, let's see. Oh yeah, one more. I have another one here. Let me show you. I hope I'm talking loud enough. I know I'm soft-spoken. In person, I'm not, I don't think, but I don't know. I have another one to show you. And it is a mistake I made, okay? From the same wig shop, I purchased this one. Now, this was the more expensive. I'll put it back in the stand here. Let me grab it. Okay, bring it into frame for you. This hasn't been styled, but this is the back with the tag, okay? Sides. And you can see I kind of gravitate to the basic same cut, more or less, all right? But you might not believe this, but this was originally a shoulder length wig. I'm just putting it on here to show you what I've done. Not so proud of it, but I did it. Did I tell you I wanted to be a hairdresser when I was little? Maybe it was best I wasn't. Once you see this one. All right. Now this is a lace front. Let me get the bigger comb. I shouldn't use a thin comb because then it will pull the hair. Okay. But this is a color. I know I get excited about color. I'm an artist, so that just comes with the territory. This is a color I really liked. And in the natural sunlight, it is gorgeous. But anyway, this swept over, and the bang really came to here on both sides originally when I purchased it. And then this was layered in long layer to my shoulders, and it was nice and full. Well, someone who's had thin hair her whole life, that's a dream come true, okay? But when I got home and I put it on. All right, I loved it, but it was like, where's my wife? Where's my mother? This is not the person that I can relate to. Who is this woman, you know? And that didn't go over too well with me because I was so excited. It was comfortable. It was brand new. I just bought it, and everybody in the wig shop liked it, and I loved it. But guess what I did? I put it on that wig stand you just saw, and I trimmed it, trying to get it to the style that they were familiar with in my family of seeing me in, so they'd be comfortable and I can actually wear it, you know? Well, it didn't turn out exactly the way I planned. It's not terrible, but it's choppy, you know? It's workable. Look at this little doodad. Look at that. Things happen sometimes when you trim wigs that you don't expect, because the style is fixed at the length and weight of the wig. So the density that the designer planned for and the fiber that they used was made specifically for that cut and that wig. When you start to alter that in any way by a little bit of thinning or especially length, you're really getting into a territory that you might not be able to come back from. This one, I think, didn't turn out too bad. It's wearable, but I have another one to show you, and I need your opinion. Hold on a minute. Let me see. Where did I put that? Oh, I know. I'll be right back. Sing to yourself or something. Yep. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. All right, here it is. I get a tickle when I talk that much. I'm going to get the wig stand again. Wait till you see this one. Now, I think it's beautiful. Do you see the color? Hope you can. Doesn't look too bad, right? Did a pretty good job. I trimmed this one too. These are do's and don'ts, right? We're learning together. I don't follow instructions so well, if you haven't noticed. All right, so I'll try this on. This blonde color I also really liked. I think the other one I cut off the lace trim more than I should have. But this one, I'll try to show you in the camera. What happened? Okay, this was a beauty, really. It was, I promise. It was really nice. But look what happened. This was down to here again. Another one that I couldn't live without. But look what happens when you trim it. The weight just lifts up and it just goes. If I just shake this out, look what happens. It just one swings. Okay, now let me comb it. Attempt to tame it. Or coax it a little, if you will. Now look at there, the color. Now, do you like that? I did. But when I trim this one, I just tried to even cut it and do it evenly. I didn't want to go all the way back to that wig shop. Stupid me, okay? and I asked my hairdresser to fix it, you know, try to trim it. She wouldn't touch it. She was not confident in trimming synthetic wigs. She had no training in it. I don't blame her, you know. A few $100, it'd be a little scary to do that since it's a permanent thing. So I did it myself. What the heck, you know? And this is what I got. Show you the back. So, this is what I do sometimes. I try to train it to go down. I put little weights on it. On the side, the bobby pin. And fix this side. You don't have to do them symmetrically. I keep picking up the wrong comb, sorry. But I want you guys to just know things that'll cross your mind when you get things home and you get anxious and you'll say, hey, listen, I can fix this. I've trimmed my own hair before. I've done this or that. Well, you're dealing with not natural hair. But I'm not one to throw things out. I like to get some wear out of these. They might not be perfect, but sometimes your hairstyle when you come home from a hairdresser is not perfect either, you know. So, do you think it's wearable? Do you think it looks like I got a hold of it and really messed it up? Yeah, I'd say a little bit. But, you know, most of the time people are not looking at you as if you think they are and critiquing every little trussel of hair. This is me playing. Play until it looks passable, right? Why not? You can always put it back. I don't know. Does it pass? Maybe I need to thin it up here. There's a lot of hair. Speaking of thinning your wigs, I have wig hair coming at me. You can do that, and I think her name is pattyswigs.com or something like that. A lot of, in comments, you've mentioned that I should go to her, which I've watched her videos, and they're awesome. She's brilliant. She sells wigs, where I'm just a customer, you know. But she told me to get these. Here, let me see if I can use this to show you. These type of scissors, they're thinning scissors for hair. Look up close. The tooth area, she says, goes against the root of your wig. This is the part that has to be at the bottom. So here's your wig. Here's the bottom. She recommends being here. You don't do the top layer. Make sure you're not doing the top layer. I'm just going to show you an example. This right against here. And she says do 1 chop, 2 chops, 3 chops, and then pull. See what comes out? And that way you can thin the volume of your wig if it's just too much bulk on your head, okay? So anyway, that's my tips for today. I hope you liked the video, and I absolutely love your comments. They mean the world to me. You are kinder than I can imagine. You really are. You're something else. And this world needs a lot of kind people. And please follow me because I'd like to keep helping as much as I can. Mention to me in the comments what you'd really like to see, and I'll try to help you out if I can. If not, I'll put a link to someone who might be able to do some research for you. So anyway, God bless, and keep a great attitude. You can do it. Love you.